And that's about as close, excuse me, about as close to a totally round bowl shape that I want to take this. I think it's going to be interesting to have some bark left in this side. And now I've had a feel of what the tools are like with it and actually cut some off and seen what I've got. It is actually very narrow. I haven't deliberately made it narrow there. As I cut all the kind of irregular bits that were sticking out, all the lumps off the outside, that was pretty much as close as I could actually, well, no, it's the wrong way to say it, isn't it? I couldn't have left any more on than that. That's what I was trying to say. So I think it's going to be quite interesting with it. I might actually end up having to flick the bark off because it's never very stable on there. But I need to get rid of this. And I also need to get rid of this. Whether there's any bark left after that or not, I do not know. Right. Well, that has taken all the machine marks and all the flats off it. Still a very rough finish, I know, but that was the slow speed there. I use the slow speed so it doesn't bounce around too much. It's quite important. So I think it would be madness to try and kind of put a hole in here and make an even smaller bowl. So I think we'll have to leave it this way round and somehow cut out the screw chuck bit. But the question is, how tightly is it still on the chuck? Oh, looking good so far. Alright, let's just move this out of the way. Oh, that seems to be rock solidly on there. That is a very good sign. So yeah, that seems to be tough enough to turn. So I swung the headstock out, swiveled the headstock out from the bars, adjusted the tool rest so the tip of my tool is going to hit right in the middle there. And let's try some hollowing cuts. Doing very, very gentle, fine, gentle cuts, just a little bit at a time. Because I haven't got the tailstock in to support it now. I haven't got that sort of between centres rigidity that you get with a tailstock. And light cuts are a good answer to not breaking delicate woods. I'm using the parting tool now to make a niche so the tip of the bowl gouge doesn't slip over the edge and snatch it. That would be a shame. It's not really what a parting tool's for. You could use a beading tool as well. It's not really what that's for either, but it works. Okay, well that's all the rough edges have come off that matter. I'm going to turn the speed up now and go a bit faster, get a cleaner cut and start heading towards something nice. Okay, I've done a bit of smoothing off at top speed. Still a bit rough here. We'll have to see if I can take a bit more off this without losing too much of the bark. That's it. Oh, I'm terrible with words. Now I've got to be ever so careful when I'm hollowing it at high speed, well at any speed, but now especially, that I don't hollow so deep that I end up touching the top of the wood screw. Yeah, because then I'll have a hole in it like I did last time. But it's okay, I know the absolute exact precise depth into this that the screw goes. It's the depth of my finger plus a tiny bit more. So I reckon it's about there. So I'm gonna cut a line about here, because it's going to be quite a shallow thing, I think. Just a small line, not going in very far. So I know now I don't want to be much deeper than that.